Join me as I open two more boxes of old school horror VHS that I bought several months ago and whose contents I've completely forgotten. Hello gorgeous, I'm Jason Arnott, a scribbler of scary stuff. If you're new here, then you might want to hit subscribe down the bottom right hand corner so you don't miss any future videos from me. On this channel I put out videos every Sunday and it's all about the stuff that I'm obsessed with, which tends to have a retro flavour such as Doctor Who, horror, retro video games and, as seen in this video, VHS. Now I did a previous video in which I opened two boxes whose VHS contents I'd completely forgotten. So that means there are two boxes still left to open. Let's take a look inside. Yes? Have I actually cut it enough? I have. And here we go. A load of old newspaper. Nothing to see here, folks. Oh, hold on. What's this? Sons of the Musketeers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a really old UK label called Kingston, who released a load of old double bills, possibly movies that had already reached public domain by the 80s. These look really old and really old-fashioned. A lot of these are quite expensive, so all I could afford was some of these slightly tattered things. I mean, it's really cool that it's got a double bill, and The Mysteryans is a film that I want to see. Look at the quality of that. But this box is what collectors call a cigarette carton style box, and you can see why, because it flips. I don't know whether the top is actually attached, but let's see. Yes, it is. Hooray! Kingston Video. And you got your tape in there, obviously. Not too much to see, not too elaborate, but yeah, two films on there. And they're not short films either. They're both like 80 minutes long, both full length. I can't see myself watching Sons of the Musketeers for some reason, but I'll certainly be watching The Mysterians. Now, I really wish I could let you smell this. A lot of tapes have that fantastic odour of video shops. It's like odour video shop. Yeah, it's got a certain sort of mustiness about it. There's no two ways about that. So we'll put that down here, move this off to one side a little bit, and see what else we can find. Looks like it's more Kingston. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Love the colours of these. Great box. And as you might be able to spot here, this is actually a Betamax tape as opposed to the other one, which was obviously VHS. So, yeah, once again, it was a little bit cheaper than this might otherwise have been, because can you imagine how many of these actually exist, these old cartons? Really very few. So we'll just have a little look at that because it's a beta. Beta tapes are really cute. Quite a bit smaller, maybe about a third smaller than VHS tapes. They're very nice. So we'll get that back in there. Yeah, these are going to look nice on the shelf. Look at that. And you're probably already looking at this other tape in the box, which is Son of Kong, and You'll Find Out, with Boris Karloff, no less. Oh yeah, and Peter Lorre, and Bela Lugosi. And yeah, an orchestra. A bit faded on the spine there. You can see that orange was a lot nicer originally, but the sun has faded that down. Never mind. Oh, you can see what it was originally like on the other side. Look at that difference. Yeah. Still, doesn't matter. So let's take a look. Look at this. Is this attached? Yes. It looks like it's been sellotaped on, but still, that's fine. I do have a few other Kingston tapes I'll have to show you sometime. They also released films, these double bills, on your standard kind of big box tapes, but I'm probably getting a little bit too geeky now. Ah yes, and the last tape in this box it's on one of my other favourite labels, which is Magical Video Movies. And this was, like a lot of other video labels of the time, its releases were incredibly eclectic. All kinds of films, from horror to whatever the hell this is. See, this is a classic example of me getting a film, as I sometimes do, because it's on a certain label and I want to collect the whole label, and I'm never ever going to watch this. Never. So it's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. And in fact, this is a replacement tape for another one in my collection, which has a faded sleeve. But I must be sure to sell the other one, the faded one. Well, that's a lovely box. Yeah, let's see how they look. Oh yeah, look at that. That's very nice indeed. Actually, while I'm here, let me just show you the other Kingston cartons that I've got. Yes, so here's another of these cartons which I've already got. That one's a Betamax, and here, for your interest and possible entertainment, is a different type of Kingston package in a regular big box that just opens up like this. And so yeah, this is the equivalent. Obviously this is maybe their second or third release of Son of Kong here on the right, and this is maybe the first, I'm not sure. But yeah, what a lovely label. There's something about double bills that's quite satisfying. I've got quite a few double bills in my collection, and maybe I'll just show you a load of double bills in one future video. Let's see. Subscribe and find out. Okay, I'll take these away and let's have a look at the second box. Oh yes, Super Video. Now this is an American label, American distributor, Super Video. Now I don't know if you saw my first ever proper YouTube video that I did back in February. I'll put a card to it up there so you can click on it and have a look if you like. But in that video I picked 3 random tapes from my collection to show you, and one of those was a Super Video. I think it was maybe Dracula versus Frankenstein. Now some of these tapes, these Super Video tapes, are really fragile. Let me get this out of the way for a moment. Yeah, some of these tapes are really fragile because with some of these super tapes the artwork is actually printed directly onto the plastic, and it's quite thin, brittle plastic, so you don't have an extra protective layer. So, violent bloodbath. Judge by day, butcher by night. And we're probably not talking about your friendly local neighbourhood butcher there, I would say. Violent bloodbath. See, you don't get titles like that anymore, do you? See, that's quite dramatic. That, not so much. Oh dear, yeah, that does look quite grim actually. Let's not dwell on that too much. Let's have a look at the tape. Oh, God, this is really brittle, that. You see that hole, that gap there by my little finger? Yeah, have to be a little bit careful with that. Super. It literally is super. Right. Let's have a look at the second tape in this box and the final tape in this video. Terror of Frankenstein. That's marvellous. Another Super Video title, but with this one it's in a standard box and it's got a printed sleeve rather than the artwork being printed directly onto the plastic. And I actually have a different version of this which does have the artwork printed onto the plastic, and just to be a real geek I'm going to show you right now. Yes, here's the other version, which possibly looks exactly the same to you because they do look very similar, but possibly you can see that with this one the artwork has been printed directly onto the plastic cover, which is rather special. This one is also deeply special because it's sealed, so I'm afraid that I won't be opening this one up to show you. It's going to sit on my shelves and continue to look delightfully pristine. Which of these tapes is your favourite, and have you seen any of these movies? What are they like? I think you know what to do. Tell me down below in comments. I hope you've enjoyed this rummage through a load of old dodgy videos in boxes. I think you have, because you're still watching. Thank you very much for watching till the end. You might want to hit subscribe, like, and all that blah 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 stuff. I'll see you next Sunday, and until then, embrace your obsessions. So this is something here that's always you.